let's go ahead and get into the video. Now we're going to be working on draft 7 of my novel Operation Blue Age of Dodge. Now, uh, I just like a little video, and it's hilarious. At the time, I was like, okay, it just kind of messed up or whatever. But going back and looking at it, it was just actually pretty funny. I was actually falling asleep on. I was dead tired. I'd worked. I felt like what, two jobs that day. So when I come home, I'm just dead tired. I'm talking about to the world. But anyway, so I'm actually proud of myself of the 190 pages, some pages of the novel. We ended up getting to 120. So we're 2/3 of the way there. I've made it to the third part. Things are escalating. The final end game is on this is about to unfold. The characters are now gearing up for a really awesome conflict, in my opinion. It's definitely one of the best highlights of the book. I really hope I nail it because I want people to definitely remember it in a positive way, not a negative one. So normally in this, I'm going to be doing writing sprints, and hits 12 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Probably about 25 minutes. Where my cell phone is, I can keep track of the time because I suck at this. But anyways, I'm just working live on here. I think it's actually pretty cool. Let's see, 25. So yeah, where we at? Where we at? Boom, 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 boom. All right, 25 minutes. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. His suit look nice. So we're gonna drop this one because I want it to be. Well, yeah, we're gonna drop this one. Okay, we'll take this one out. There you go. You know what? I'm interested in something. Let's see. I want to try something because okay. I want to try something. This is going to. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the. My dumb ass didn't put the background music on.
Yeah, it's about time we get to that Fallout too. I'm tell them boys how we do it out here. Y'all ready to go ahead and get it? Let's show them why we show it. Yeah.
A hard knocker like John. I'm a boxer. We'll go until the
I
night
forgot to
is
put the
over.
music on.
Hustle like a
God, dog.
bulldozer. Turn into a
Hell.
monster. Got skills. A
I'm
doctor's
slipping
orders.
with this
A
live.
smooth talker. You heard my
You
reputation. I'm not
know,
the
not
man to
the man
mess
to
with the
mess with
man
the
with the
man with
check.
the
With the
check,
man
with
to match his
the
check
fastest
with.
check
When
with.
them checks
When
hit,
checks
you
hit,
gonna
you
be my
gonna be
best
my
chick.
best chick.
For my village, I need to get
Need to
that
get
get
that
quick.
get
The
quick. All
competition
right, let's
trying to
see.
get me to let go of my mission. Have me turn tail like a gecko. But they know I'm a thin the herd when they see that red glow. I'm for that tech though, as far as bulk check go. Skill books collect those, assign all my skill points. Get my sneak on so I can easily steal coins. I guess I understand the brotherhood of steel's point to free the slaves once I burned down the slavers guild joint. Have you geckos linger in these caves that are toxic? Eating foods with chopstick, cracking all these locksticks. Try and stop it, and I'll make you watch the clock tick. Overhead like a vertibird in the cockpit. Letting me spit these facts like rad from a floater. And I'll burn everything I touch like rad exposure. I'm at Becky's trying to get with the owner. Hey Rebecca, my Kama Sutra isn't mediocre. No ill effects can knock me off my perk game. No way you survive this fight without a first aid. Could have avoided all of this the first place. Had you sharp recipes, you need an earthquake. They jealous how I floss my pit boy 2000 when I bring that mini gun and the rounds to shoot the crowds with. They learn that I'm not the man to mess around with. With them critical, feel them hit points 2000. This outdoorsman is hunting these one of mean ghosts. Like Sully, hard for me to understand your lingo. Unarmed when I enter your domain and bring no guns and bullets. I'm a beast when I swing though. Since boys are
a smooth talker. I'm not an education. I'm not gonna to mess with them with them checkers. I'm not just checking check with when them checks hit. Vicky's gonna be my best chick.
For my mission to
I
collect
need
those
to get the cake
the
quick. His
competition
voice was
with the
light.
intellect. My mission have
Yeah,
these turns
you know I'm
hell
going to
like a
change clothes,
gecko.
right?
But they know I'm a thinner herd when they see that red glow. I'm for that techno and far as both techno. Skill boost, collect those, assign all my skill points. Get my sneaks on so I can easily steal coins. I guess I understand the brotherhood is still joined to free the slaves once I burn down the slavery kill joint. Have you geckos linger in these caves that are toxic?
Oh,
Keep
hi,
these
Hornet.
cops loose, cracking all these locks tick. Try and stop it, and I'll make you watch the clock tick. Overhead like a bird in the cockpit. Letting me spit these facts like rags from a floater. I'll burn everything I touch like rag explosion. I'm at Becky's trying to get with the owner. Hey Rebecca, my Kama Sutra isn't mediocre. No ill effects can knock me off my first game. No way to survive the fight without the first aid. You could have avoided all of this in the first place. Have you saw it Rasputin and felt the earthquake? They jealous how I floss my Pitbull 2000 when I bring that mini gun and the rounds to shoot the crowds with. They learn that I'm not the man to mess around with. With them critical skills, them hit points 2000. This outdoorsman is hunting these one amigos. Like Sully, hard for me to understand your lingo. Armed when I enter your domain, though. Like a machine gun, I swing when I swing, though. These boys are jealous, gotta keep my hands wrapped, though. Like a
All
Caesar
right.
salad, anytime I hit the
So
gas, I get
let's
grip. Harder than a Venus man
got a
teeth,
couple
like a
pages up. Right now I'm talking between my bad guys. One of the most important things that I wanted to emphasize in this story, which I started talking about the other day, but I was really sleepy, is the characters. I want the characters to feel alive. I want them to be relatable. I want them to have just be three-dimensional. Not all villains need to be fleshed out. Not all heroes need to be fleshed out, but they do need to have some form of motivation. And one of the most important aspects of the story is the characters and their motivations. The motivations are the reason why they're doing the things they're doing, what drives them to form connections with other characters, ultimately the goals that they're all trying to reach. I want to emphasize even just slightest the smallest characters some form of motivation. I do got my bad guys right now. I'm working through that part. Now, one of the things that was kind of worried about while writing my bad guys in this are is fleshing them out a little bit too much. Let me go ahead and cut this off right quick. Yeah, one of the things that I was just worried about is making them a little bit too fleshed out because I want them to be bad, but I don't want them to be just evil. Like they're doing the things they're doing because they have their motivations. Some is monetary, some is because of their beliefs, but it's not because they're ultimately evil. Now, in future installments, hopefully, I can actually have those show more diverse villains in that. Some that actually are evil, but in this one, they're not evil for the sake of just being evil. So it's kind of hard to just flesh. I want them to make them believable. I want to make them believable, but I don't want this guy to be just fun loving. And it's kind of hard sometimes. I see this in anime where or manga where you have a villain that's fun loving, does fun things, then he just ultimately could just turn around and just destroy a whole block of people with no problem. Which you know what I'm saying. I kind of want to do that, but I want to make it believable. You know what I mean? So right now I'm with the villains at this point in the story. They have their the final asset to the overall plan. It's a go, and I'm diving into kind of like their thoughts about the anticipation of them achieving this dream that they've been working towards. So it's interesting that I'm being able to explore that with these characters. One of my things about the writing process is again motivation. I want the characters to feel alive. I want them to have just like I want them to be lively. I treat all of my characters, my main characters, like open world video games. I want them to be lively and I want them to be active. Things are constantly going on. When you go from when you leave their perspective and then come back to their perspective, things have already happened. Now, regardless if we are recapping it or they're in process in the middle in the process of continuing to do the thing that they were doing, that's why you know what I'm saying, I want to make them feel alive. So right now, again, they're having a bit of banter. One of the things also I wanted to do to help flesh out the characters is kind of the show not tell thing, but I want it to be, I don't want to always just be kind of like that. I want them to actually speak too. I want dialogue to kind of be the narrative factor of their lives, the thoughts and stuff. So instead of me saying, "Hey, this person thought of this," I would want the dialogue to be like, "Hey, you know, I was thinking like that." So that's another thing that I want to actually capitalize. Now, I did get someone to proofread this, and I will say that she actually did tell me that she did like, and it was, you know, one of the earlier drafts of it. She said she did a really good job in terms of kind of establishing the characters. You believe their relationships, you believe when they're talking to each other that they feel, you know what I'm saying, that you do at least understand them. And that's what I want. That is what I want. Now, okay. There are some like two or three threads that I'm trying to tweak into as far as like, you know, one of the villains have a certain passion, and even though she mentions it several times throughout the story, you don't really see it. And I don't think that it's, I don't really think that it's necessary. Well, at first I did have a scene of her doing that passion, and that passion is something that's also pushing her to do the thing that she's doing. But I not necessarily saying that, like I had that scene, but I took it out because I felt like even though it adds to her, I don't think it really adds to the story. I think it does to a certain extent. And maybe I'll put it back in there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and forth about it. But I think it, a part of me feels like it could, because there's also a twist at the end that involves that certain scene too and gives it a bit more context. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it's a good way of fleshing her out. And it does flesh out a bit of what's going on into the story too. So I'm on the fence about that. So let's see. Mm, okay, so we're going past their part and we're moving on to the next. See. Let's see. I'm finna start my second sprint, and we're going into this bad boy. Starting now, and put the music on. Oh, hold on, I got the other one too. Yeah.
Creeping with the soft shell, my alerts. Creeping with the hunter, my alerts. Creeping with the razor claw, my alerts. Get in deep with the my alerts. Creeping with the soft shell, my alerts. Creeping with the hunter, my alerts. Creeping with the razor claw, my alerts. Get in deep with the my alerts. Get in deep with the my alerts. For any who enter our turf, the blood surf, no search. Clamp of the claws, the blood spurts. When we lurks, burst from the dirt, we shot nerves. Bullets bounce off my shell, I give them hell. Wander through the marsh, dead men tell, no tales. Visit Far Harbor, ship set, no sails. Hands flare, get to rep the alert, cartel. We breathe underwater and burrow under the ground. These rats not a problem, tainted 47 meters down. Come around our habitat, no one's gonna challenge that. Flooded facility, we inhabit that. In this water's waist deep, your sheep to the slaughter. Gonna choke you to sleep while you're waiting in the water. Before you drown, my claws will rip your heart out. The shots on my shell say I got that hard cloud. Unclick the blood rage, red eyes with carapace. Outrage, blood chase, disappear without a trace. Fish on the land when I see the catch thing. Cut you into pieces, AFCG to the hatchling. Oh shit, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert.
I keep thinking you got a phone call.
Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert.
I think you never
Creeping
pick
with
out
the
a phone
razor
call.
claw, my alert.
You
Get
know.
deep with the my alert. Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Get in deep with the my
I
alert.
gotta meet with someone.
Into our turf, blood surf, no surf. Plenty clouds, blood spurt. Movie lurks, burst in the dirt, shot nerve. Bullets bounce off the shell like it's in hell. Running through the marsh, dead and tail, no tails. Visit fall harbor, shit set, no sails. Hands flare, super rip alert, hard to tell. We breathe on the water and burrow under the ground. These rags not a problem, 10 and 47 meters down. Come around the habitat, no one's gonna challenge that. Flooded facility, we inhabit that. In the water's waste, we keep to the slaughter. Gonna took you to sleep while you're waiting in the water before you drown. My thoughts will rip your heart out. The size of my cell say I got that heart clout. Unlimited blood race, red, I can never face. Outrage, blood take disappear without a trace. Just for fishing on the land when I took the cash thing. Cut you into pieces and beat you to the ashling. My alert, even with the hunt,
Uh,
my alert,
uh,
even with the regular talk, my alert, with the my alert,
uh.
even with the soft shell, my alert, even with the hunt, my alert, even with the regular talk, my alert, get in deep with the my alert.
Get in deep with the my alert team. The station leader of the alert regime. Listen, the critique. I got my own region. Thinking it's cheating. I'll send them the Marines in. Lady of the lake, people from the black lagoon. From the murky waters, people from the traffic zone. Got the killer instinct to murder rats. Nice crystal, flat, hands still flat. Got the kill, got the thrill, y'all before I kill y'all. Send river to the surface, out the boy still y'all. Let it bring the day to me. I say my lurking, ain't a my lurking without a my lurk queen.
Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. For enemies into our turf, blood surf, no surf. Plant with the clouds, blood spurts. Fully lurks, burst in the dirt, shock nerves. Bullets bounce off the shell like it's in hell. Running through the marsh, dead and tail, no tails. Visit fall harbor, shit set, no sails. Hands flare, deep to rip alert, hard to tell. Breathe on the water and burrow under the ground. These rats not a problem, 10 and 47 meters down. Come around the habitat, no one's gonna challenge that. Flooded facility, we inhabit that. In the water's waste, we can see to the slaughter. Gonna took you to sleep while you're waiting in the water before you drown. My thoughts will rip your heart out. The size of my shell say I got that heart cloud. Let the blood raise red. I can never face outrage. Blood takes disappear without a trace. This for fishing on the land when I took the cash stick. My alert. Even with the hunter. My alert. Even with the razor claw. My alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Even with the soft shell. My alert. Even with the hunter. My alert. Even with the razor claw.
with the my alert team, the station leader of alert with me, the petite. I got my own region, kicking the Jesus. I'll send the Marines in. Lady of the lake, people from the black lagoon, from the murky waters, people from the black lagoon. Got the killer instinct to murder rap, vice grip, close track, no man still chat. Got the kill, got the thrill, y'all before I kill y'all. Send ripple to the surface, I'll before it's silver. Let it bring the day to me, I say my lurking, ain't a my lurking, without a my lurking.
Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Get in deep with the my alert. But in enter our turf, the blood serve, no serves. Plant with the claws, the blood spurts. When we lurk first from the dirt, shock nerves. Bullets bounce off the shell like it from hell. Wander through the marsh, giving tail, no tails. Visit fall harbor, ship set, no sails. Hands flare, due to rip alert, hard to tell. Breathe on the water and burrow under the ground. These rats not a problem, 10 and 47 meters down. Come around our habitat, no one's gonna challenge that. Flooded facility, we inhabit that. In the water's waves, lead your sheep to the slaughter. Coming to you to sleep while you're waiting in the water before you drown. My clouds will rip your heart out. The sound of my shell say I got that hard cloud. Cause the blood red, red, I would never pay. Our race, blood take to disappear without a trace. This one figure on the land when I took the cash thing. And future to the hash. Oh shit. My alert. Creeping with the shell. My alert. Creeping with the ribbon pop. My alert. Get in deep to the my alert. Creeping with the soft shell. My alert. Creeping with the shell. My alert. Creeping with the ribbon pop. My alert. Get in deep with the my alert.
Get in deep with the my alert team, the station leader of the alert team. The petite. I got my own region, kicking the Jesus. I'll send you the lady of the lake, people from the black lagoon, from the murky water, people from the black lagoon. Got the killer instinct to murder rap, vice grip, close track, no man still chat. Got the kill, got the thrill, y'all before I kill y'all. Send ripple to the surface of the boy's silver. Let it bring the day to me, I say my lurking, ain't a my lurking, without a my lurking.
Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Getting deep with the my alert. Creeping with the soft shell, my alert. Creeping with the hunter, my alert. Creeping with the razor claw, my alert. Getting deep with the my alert. Getting deep with the my alert. But in you enter our turf, the blood serve, no search. Claiming flaws and blood spurts. When we lurk fresh from the dirt, we shot nerves. Bullets bounce off Michelle like a detail. Into the marsh, getting tail no tail. Is it Fall Harbor? City set no sails. Hands flails, you can rip the lurch hard to tell. We breathe underwater and burrow under the ground. These rats not a problem, 10 and 47 meters down. Come around our habitat, no one's gonna challenge that. Flooded facility, we inhabit that. In this water's waves, feed the sheep to the slaughter. Gonna need to sleep while you're waiting in the water before you drown. My clouds will rip your heart out. The sound of my shell say I got that heart out. Unfit the blood raised red. I can never take outrage. Blood take this a bit without a trace. This confusion on the land when I took the cash thing. Cut you with your piece and feed you to the hatchling. My alert. My alert. Get in deep with the my alert. Creeping with the soft shell. My alert. Creeping with the hotel. My alert. Creeping with the red spot. My alert. Get in deep with the my alert.
Get in deep with the my alert. A station here on the alert machine. Just the teeth. I got my own vision. If you was genius, I'll send them a reason. Baby, there's a late creature from the
Let's see. All right. Let's see.